But up, yeah. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Monday evening crowd. It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. I am the one and only Dungeon Delver, aka Bill Sylvie, welcoming you to the show. And boy, have we got a show for you guys tonight. It is going to be a lot of fun because we're going to cover a lot of ground in a very little bit of time. So take notes. We won't be going back. Anyway, I'm here. I had a good weekend. Listen, whether you are, it's a spiritual thing for you. It was just a time for contemplative consideration, time to enjoy yourself, relax, spend some time with the family, whatever it was. I hope you had a good Easter weekend. And we certainly did. We had a lot of fun. Thank you all for asking. Hello, Vaughn, great old ones. All of you crammed into a single cat. If we're going by your PFP there. Michael Dale, Johan, RPG Grandma, drive safe, dear, please. Christopher Sackle, Mark Morrison. And who else is lurking out there? Let me ask you something. Chris, whichever of the Chris's you are. Let me ask you something. If you're new, if you've just subscribed, and you may have because we're at 5,612 subscribers on the channel. Orbital Air, how are you? If you're just checking out the live stream for the first time, if you're not sure what it is I do, and you're checking this jam out and you're sitting out there quietly, just say hey. Just say hey in the chat. Let me give you, oh, hey, PML. Let me give you a proper Delver's Dungeon hello, and I'm sure the chat will welcome you with open arms. So, yeah, do that. So we have, as I said, we have the 5,612 subscribers now, which is just delightful. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for all signing up. If it's from the interstitial videos that I kind of do between the live streams, or if it's the live streams, or maybe it was that delightful YouTube short that I dropped yesterday in response to Tim Imholt, and you can look out for more of those. To quote Johnny Cash, I've been everywhere, man. So you may have come here from whatever direction. Welcome. And if you're kind of on the fence, if you're not sure exactly, should I click subscribe? Should I not click subscribe? Please do click subscribe because, and click the bell icon for notifications, especially too, because guys, 5 nights a week, I'm live streaming to you guys classic tabletop RPG goodness, whether it's just kind of an opening of the week show like this, whether we're playing Dungeons and Dragons for your edification and entertainment. Maybe it's a guest. Maybe I've got a developer on who's got some fantastic, new project that will fit nicely into your old school campaign. I will go so far as to say I am the most popular classic Dungeons and Dragons 5-night-a-week live stream on YouTube. There are none more popular than mine. So join us, won't you? Every week, my friend, you're sure to get a smile. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. This is from the Magnum PI collection, by the way. I have no flippant joke about this. This is actually one of the prints and it's from it's silk. It's from the same the same company, as far as I'm aware, that made the shirts for the show, because they've never not been popular. He repopularized the Hawaiian shirt, and they've been popular ever since. And of course, Gary loved a Hawaiian shirt, so we've got that going on. But anyway, so yeah, please do subscribe. Now, I want to tell you something. I feel comfortable saying this now because I'm only one module technically behind. If you'd like to support the show for as little as $1 a month on Patreon, $2 a month on YouTube, that's your low end price. You can help support the show. The link is down there for Patreon. And of course, it's over here, or is it over here? I guess it depends on your device, how you've got your screen set up. You can become a YouTube member, if you will. So that's for as little as $1 a month. However, you can do $5 a month, or at the $10 a month level, every month, you will receive a mini, that is in terms of overall length, not size, a short first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons adventure. Sometimes it's a dungeon crawl. We did a swamp crawl for the January module. The February module was a haunted abbey where untold horrors had recently been visited upon the nuns. And they come right from my keyboard, fresh to your computer. You can print those out. You can inflict them on your players. You can throw darts at them. You can roll them up and smoke them. I don't care what you do with them, but if you'd like to support the show at that level, that's what you get at the $10 backer level. And honestly, that's 12 adventures. That's every month a new adventure. So like if you're just gaming a couple of times a month, maybe for only like 90 minutes, that's every month you've got your quota of adventuring material right there. So QPF is just here for the Lucky Charms. They're always after me, Lucky Charms. So anyway, check it out if you'd like. The links are down below. Thank you, Vaughn. I do appreciate that. So hopefully you will want to do that. So it's Monday, and so we have to talk about the week coming up. We've got kind of a quiet week ahead of us. Tomorrow night, we're going to have an actual play, a live play of first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, yeah, you got me, Deadly Dungeon Master. I was like, oh, you got me. And hello, it's good to see you. Lightning, greetings. But yeah, so tomorrow night we will be playing. I've got me 6 men without any fear, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Dying times here, but it's actually tomorrow. It's not here. It's tomorrow. We are playing through a Greyhawk classic, the Slavers modules. We are playing through those. We currently have a group that is working their way through the slave pits of the Undercity. You ought to stop by and watch us play. And now maybe you're thinking to yourself, why would I sit and watch people play Dungeons and Dragons? I want to play Dungeons and Dragons. Well, maybe you don't have a game tomorrow night. Maybe you'll draw some inspiration of it. Maybe you've never played first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons and you're thinking, I got to get me some of that advanced Dungeons and Dragons, but how do I? If you watch, if you've got questions, as you sit out in the audience, Dungeon Minister, greetings, Padre. I'm like taking a breath and relaxing after Holy Week. But if you've got any questions, ask them in the live chat. If I don't catch your question, guys, I have a fantastic audience with voluminous knowledge that I have imparted unto them, or they themselves have condensed from the essence of Gygaxania, and they can answer your questions. But you will learn. It's not just a passive thing, you know? It's like, you know, you go to the old improv theater. You're not just watching people acting out. You got to yell stuff out. Not for them to do unless, you know, you super chat. Anyway. So that's happening Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, nominally, Kyle is here. Kyle is my co-host from Down Under. We make an earth sandwich together, he and I. He's all the way down in the land of kangaroos, didgeridoos, and other Wallamaloo. Well, he has got one more week of vacay with his family, and I hope he has an absolute blast with them. So Wednesday night, we're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive. Last week, we actually looked at the little Mattel handheld Dungeons and Dragons electronic labyrinth game, or electronic fantasy game is what they called it. This week coming, we're going to look at the chonkin, the castle, the dragon. You move the characters around with the miniatures. I've got one. I showed it off. But guess what? There's an online simulator of it, and we're going to do a live play right on the screen for you guys. So if you never got a chance to play it, or maybe you own one and you're just like, I got this at a thrift store. It said Dungeons and Dragons, and it makes weird noises at me. Help. Well, we'll play. Sri Lanka is closer to the opposite side of the world from you. Possibly. I'm not sure. So that's going to be Wednesday in place of Kyle. Thursday, we're going to keep looking at Len Lakofka's module, L2, The Assassin's Knot. The Assassin's Knot what? The Assassin's not given up until Baron Restonford's family is dead. So that's what we're going to do on Thursday. Friday, the day of fries, I think is what that is. We'll all have some fries. Friday, we're going to be playing some classic Gamma World. We have a long ongoing Gamma World game, and I have not yet been able to kill these Wastelanders. I need to step my game up. But anyway, that's right, Lux. We are the temples of the priests. We are the priests of the temple of Gygax. So that's our week. That's our week ahead. And I hope you guys are going to want to. Any late night 1 a.m. live streams? No, Mark. This burst of energy that I'm kind of exuding right now, this is what is known medically as porpoising. Is when someone is reduced to very poor condition, and then they seem to spring back, but it's literally just a mania as like their body is doing anything it can for energy. I promised my subscribers that I would not go to bed until I sent out those 2 late modules. Anyone who checks the timestamp on the messages I sent knows that the last one was posted at 5:38 this morning. There were no naps. I lay me down to sleep about 6. My wife left for work about 7. And I kind of dozed until around 10. So I have a sleep deficit, and I need to make up for it this week. But anyway, Robert Phillips says I'm going for my marathon run. Just as long as it's not my marathon man. Is it safe? Little Dr. Zell. Anyway, 24 you people out in the chat. Thank you all for being here. I see a lot of people making the same comments over and over again. But again, if you're new or if you're just stopped, maybe the internet just brought you by for the first time, please, by all means, say hi. Let us know you're here. Give me a shout out. Marathon Bar in Marathon, Florida. That is so serendipitous. And I have another serendipitous thing. What do you mean you? What do you mean? What do I mean, you people? But anyway, so let me, Marathon Bar in Marathon, Florida. Thank you, Dungeon Minister. Oh, it's April Fool's Day. Har, har, har. Anyway, so my wife and I were talking. There's a remake of the film Roadhouse. Critical Drinker panned it for being the piece of shite that it is. But it's set in the Florida Keys instead of, I think the original was like in Georgia or Mississippi or something like that. My wife and I have been to the Keys enough that we're like, we have been to that bar restaurant that they filmed it at. It's actually up in Taverner Key, which is very north in the Keys. And don't get me wrong, it's still a tropical island. It's still pretty much just a tropical island. So, oh, cool, Dungeon Minister. So, it's a little serendipitous that you mentioned Marathon, Florida. What is more serendipitous? Okay, so I have a buddy, and I talk to him on the internet a lot actually, and on the phone and whatever. However, he's a good guy, Timothy M. Holt. He's got his own YouTube channel. Check him out, Tim M. Holt or Timothy M. Holt here on YouTube. Give him a subscribe. Give lots of people subscriptions. Give Paint Minis Live a subscribe. Give Dungeon Minister a subscribe. Give RPG Grandma a subscribe, if you would, please. Dirty History and Hobbies. Give him a subscribe. Find him. Subscribe to him. Everyone should have the luck that I have had. So I ask you, please go and subscribe to these people. Anyway, I'm scrolling through YouTube. Magnum PI, Michael, Magnum PI. But there was a little bit of a crossover, I think, in one episode. But anyway, I'm scrolling through Twitter. Did I say YouTube? I'm scrolling through Twitter. And somebody that I am mutuals with on Twitter posted up a picture. It's like a one-panel cartoon, like it's, like a New Yorker cartoon or something like that. And there's a fellow, and he's standing in a wine cellar, and he's holding a bottle, and he's looking at it, and he's got a thought balloon, and he's saying, he's thinking, they say I should let the wine lay down flat for a while before I drink it, but I think I'm going to drink it, and then I'm going to lay down flat for a while. So my buddy Tim is a wine connoisseur. And I thought, well, he'll like this. I'll tag him in it. So I scroll down a little bit so I can type. And then I see in the lower right-hand corner of this cartoon panel is the artist's name. It's my name. Well, my last name. My last name is really uncommon. It's Sylvie. You guys know it. Silvey, not silly, not silver, not De Silva, not slivey, not saliva, Sylvie. And it's spelled just like that. Well, okay then, universe or internet that is listening. So it's a little strange. Paint Minis Live says if you listen to Dungeon Delver videos at night, you will learn High Gygaxian in your sleep. You won't believe what this priest does with children. Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna have to come back and edit that. But the comment thing that is supposed to tell YouTube to put those channels on your homepage. 10 things the dungeon minister does to play Dungeons and Dragons. The diocese hates number 6. I don't know. But anyway, so that was that was kind of weird and serendipitous, and I got a kick out of it. So also, Tim has thrown down a challenge to me. I might have to do a whole interstitial video that could run 20 or 30 minutes. That could be fun. No, Light Main, the line is, the ring, Vic! Don't touch the ring! Dungeon Minister will get that one. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, I do insist you guys subscribe to any creators that you see in my conversation stream over there, any comments. I pretty much insist you go subscribe to them because, guys, a rising tide lifts all boats. All right. But anyway, so again, that's our week ahead. That's kind of the goofy thing. Let's get a little serious. I want to talk about some news today. Now, I have said that when it comes to the interstitial stuff, I'm going to go as positive. I don't care. We'll subscribe to you anyway. Put up a YouTube short and say hi. I am going to say, but there, when Wizards of the Coast does something truly wrong in the tabletop gaming space, I can't ignore it. And that brings us to tonight's news, which isn't much, but it does merit discussion, or it does merit at least telling you guys about. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Hopefully this will come up. And this is from ICV2. I saw this today when I was researching the Tabletop RPG Finances report for 2023. And I said, man, I don't want to do a whole video on this, but let me bring this to you guys. So let's take a look here. And where is that? Because I can't scroll it without. There we go. So this is Jeffrey Dom Sanchez, and I apologize if I murdered that guy's name. This is over on ICV2. This is article 56616. Magic the Gathering artist accused of plagiarism. Trouble in Paris card allegedly pilfered from Cyberpunk 2020 novel cover. And I don't think this is an April Fool's gag, guys. Magic the Gathering artist Faye Dalton has been accused of plagiarism by another longtime Magic the Gathering artist, Donato Giancola. The card artwork in question is for the Murders at Carlo Manor Commander deck card Trouble in Pairs. The plagiarism complaint originates from March 25th, 2024 in a Reddit post by Hypnotic Hog, where they raised their suspicions that the card's art had possibly been pilfered from the cover art Giancola rendered for the Cyberpunk 2020 Ravengers, it's Ravager, guys, Ravengers novel. A day or so later, a flabbergasted Giancola took to his Facebook account. Flabbergasted, by the way, is how they end the lives of convicted overweight people. Off to the flabbergast chamber. Wow, nearly speechless, but not speechless enough to not contact a lawyer. Copyright infringement, stated Giancola. What were you thinking, Wizards of the Coast? To be clear, there are exacting details in the neck, arms, background, and a hand which show clear copied structures from my art, copied and pasted. This is not about similarities. This is direct copying. WotC is currently investigating the situation. This is not the first time in recent history that WotC has had a problem with plagiarized artwork being submitted for new Magic the Gathering cards. Just last year, David Sonderd was suspended from receiving future work from WotC when he was caught lifting artwork from another Magic the Gathering artist, Lorenzo Lanfranconi. Beyond Magic, WotC has also had other recent issues with artists handing in suspect artwork, including an artist that handed in AI artwork for D&D. And we, of course, saw that. I did an interstitial on it. So this is actually not Wizards of the Coast doing something bad. This is an artist at Wizards of the Coast doing something bad, and hopefully Wizards of the Coast will do the right thing here. And if it's found out that, you know, this is somebody's stuff, then I don't think they're I don't think that they have any I don't think they have any choice in the matter. Oh, Vaughn, you want to see that here? Let me see if I can open this up for you guys. Vaughn wants to see the art. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair question. And let's see, will this pop open? Yes, it will. Okay. So there's the Trouble in Pairs card. And we can zoom in a little bit. And here we see. Guys, I'm going to say, now I'm not an artist, okay? I'm not an artist. I don't see it. I see two profile shots and arms held in a similar position. Maybe you could make a case with the bicep and the hand here. But I would almost call that inspirational rather than copied. Yes, I would paint minis live, and I know how I would do it. I know exactly how I would do it. Let's scroll over because there's a little bit more art over here. There's kind of the painting back. So Led Zeppelin has a song called Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. And it has a very good guitar breakdown in it. Listen to Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, and then go listen to Chicago's 25 or 6-4. Very similar guitar breakdown. Is it the same? Did Chicago lift from Led Zeppelin? I don't know. But everybody accuses Led Zeppelin of boosting from old blues music, and they admit to it. I just don't see the copying here. I see inspiration. I see strong inspiration. I can see somebody looking at the piece and saying, yeah, I was inspired by that. It's the bicep and the facial expression. So again, I'm not an artist, and Volcano God says, yeah, that's just inspiration. Volcano is a big Magic player, or at least he was. I don't know if he's still RVG, but I don't see this as a clear case of, hey, he ripped me off. Right? I mean, even the clenched fist on the left hand seems to be in a slightly different position. I think the head tilt on the card image is not quite so canted as the one on the book cover. It could have been. It could have been an Easter egg, a tribute. But I don't think this is a case of, I'm going to just throw this in Photoshop and flip it and then do some digital work on it. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If it comes out, that's the case. But guys, I don't see it. I see the inspiration. I clearly see the inspiration. I mean, look at the shape of her left armpit and his left armpit. It's different. It's different enough that you could say they were inspired by the pose, and that That's it. I think personally, this is a tempest in a teacup. And I don't feel like I don't feel like it's a big enough deal. And this is partially why like I didn't do a video on it. But I mean, you know, you guys have got your opinions out there. RPG Grandma thinks it's inspired, and no, plagiarism is not necessarily an exact copy. Yeah, gaunt guy with a red mohawk and a gun. That is a pretty open field. But again, I mean, you know, you guys tell me. And yeah, cyberpunk tends to all look the same. Um, so, you know, I mean, this is not a case of somebody trained AI on this person's art and then turned them loose to copy pages of it. Really, I mean, it comes down to that bicep. But a bicep with the shadows of the elbow bend and the armpit, where the light is hitting the top of the muscled bicep directly on. I mean, yeah, I'm just not gonna. I'm not gonna go rage click on this. And I'm not ever gonna just try and gin up controversy around this. I mean, PML is an artist. But again, I'm not an artist myself, and I just it was not a rage click I was interested in. I legitimately wanted to see what you guys thought about this, and I thought it was newsworthy enough to bring to you guys. So not a job for the Pinkertons. That's correct, Robert Phillips. We're safe for the moment. Keep your watch droids on the perimeter and have their sensors tuned finally. Yeah, it's just again, I thought I'd include a news piece tonight because we haven't done any good RPG news in a while, and it was tabletop related. And I know some of you guys are Magic fans. By the way, speaking of tabletop news, someone asked me, someone PM'd me over on the Twitter space there, the face space, the Twitter book. Somebody asked me, "Hey, are you going to do a review of the Adventure to a Return to the Lost Caverns of SojCon?" I would if I had a copy. If somebody sent me a copy and said, "Bam, I want you to review this," do it, Delver. Yes, I would. I would do. Lost Caverns of SojCon is easily one of my favorite Advanced Dungeons and Dragons modules, and I'd want to see how they massacred my boy or my girl in this case, because Drell's not. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to drop $50 on it. If anybody buys a copy and shoots it to me, and don't pirate the PDF and send it to me. I'll delete it. Okay. I don't like Wizards of the Coast. I have made it eminently clear. But I'm not going to commit a crime, even a soft one. We're not going to have a philosophical discussion tonight about whether piracy is a crime or not. But yeah, please don't do that. So, yeah, I won't unless I somehow get a gratis copy. I mean, they can't hurt us, right? We've got the original. They can't hurt us. So, and I mean, they're not going to do anything with Greyhawk anyway, right? So, to me, it's, again, unless somebody puts it on my table and says, take a look at it, Bill, then I'm really not, and I really don't have any strong opinions. The only philosophical discussions, yeah, that's just it, Michael. I think you have to have a D&D now. Is that it? D&D plus, Dungeon plus, DM's Guild, whatever the hell it's called. I think you have to have an account, like a paid account, to get it, which is why I'm saying, you know. Oh, really, Mark? That is interesting. That is most interesting, because last time I heard they were gearing up with a whole bunch of others. Well, I'm glad I got the ones I got. I had a few kicking around here. I'm glad I got the ones I got. Borderlands, Barrier Peaks, Temple. I think I've got the Isle of Dread one knocking around here. Hello, Wheeling Dragon. Namaste, my dear. How are you? Good to see you. Accepting DMing questions? Blarg. Of course I am. Of course I am. You know, just fire away. We've got a mail call, guys. We've got a mail call we're going to get to, and it's pretty darn special. But ask. No, not always, Vaughn. Sometimes I'm on another topic. So ask, please. And while he's typing, now, usually, frequently, sometimes, occasionally, when I get stuff in and we do a mail call Monday, we you know, I'll get the box in and I'll open it on the air. You know, it's usually with my lock blade knife, which I'm sure you guys are absolutely waiting for the day when I slip and just take a thumb off with it. But I opened this. I got it Thursday, and I'm sorry, I'm not waiting. I can fake opening it on the air. I'm not waiting. When I saw what I got, okay, I knew it was coming, but a lot of times, like, people say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'll just like, beautiful, perfect. And I set it on a shelf, I put it in a file, and I close that filing drawer, fully intending to go back to it, and then I don't. And so it was with this. So I was surprised. That's the beautiful thing about getting old. Everything is a new surprise. Danny H. Tales of the Lance box set. Ah, that's a prized item for you Dragonlance fans. So when I opened the box, I was literally speechless. I was breathless. Dragonlance is a railroad, Blarg. It is very much a railroad. So let me show you what I got. It's out of the box. Well, it's in its own box. But I want to show this to you guys. This is what was sent to me by Paint Minis Live. This is the adult silver dragon from Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. Now, as you might note, it's not just kind of that ashen gray, because Bill T painted it. And we're going to take a look at it here in just a second. But right on top, this absolutely floored me. I love this. I have a certificate of authenticity with photos, with Bill's signature. Look at that. Suitable for framing. I love this. Now let's take it out of the box and we'll look at it on camera. My intent was to show you guys like a photo montage, but I didn't get around to it. So I'm going to put this carefully over here. Come on, don't fall. Stay. Okay, all right, you're going to fall. I'll put this carefully over here. And we'll take it out. Some assembly is required. I feel like Ralphie opening up his little Orphan Annie decoder pin. Honors and responsibilities already at the age of 8. So it's in a shell. What the box? I'm keeping the box, by the way. And some assembly is required, so you guys can kind of see that there. Again, these don't come painted, guys. This is not just like, oh, he bought you a big pre-painted mini. No, he bought and performed his talent on it. And this is the last time, barring moving, it's ever going to see the inside of its box. So I'm going to attach its tail. Tail fits right on there. And then I'm going to put it up. I do have the camera set up, so there should be a minimum of fuss showing it off to you guys. And I'll turn it around and so on. But let's take a look at it real quick. Let's take a look at it real quick. And I believe that's table cam. So look at that. And you are not mistaken. Those eyes do have a glow to them. Guys, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. This is simply amazing. And yes, it's going to be on display here in the dungeon where you guys can see it. I just got to find a cool place for it to sit. But the attention to detail on what is a just kind of a bulk casting, he turned this from a toy into art. I would have murdered something like this. This would have sat either unpainted or badly painted on my shelf forever. This is gorgeous. Now, I am not a fan of how dragons look these days. They look like bugs. Bill made this look extraordinary. And you know what? I'm kind of sick of talking about it, honestly. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I'm sick and tired of talking about it. So why don't we let somebody else talk about it? Why don't we let the one and only Bill T of Paint Minis Live talk about it? Everybody, please put your hands together for tonight's special mystery guest, the man, the artist, Bill T. Hey,
everybody, how's it going? It's good to see you, Bill. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. I gotta say, dude, what an amazing work this is. I'm gonna turn it back around so it's head on, and flip back over to the table cam real quick, because that is my dude. This is just something special. That is beautiful, dude. That is
Well,
that is absolutely a gorgeous piece. Um,
well, thanks, Bill. I appreciate it, and thank you to everybody who's got the compliment stream rolling in the chat. I feel very humbled. It's very kind of you guys. I do appreciate it. I'm like, I've got that overly blushed thing going on, and my cheeks are starting to hurt.
well, dude, you deserve every bit of praise for this, and you also deserve every subscription. Right now, if you're out there, you're watching. There's 37 of you guys in this live chat. I'm pretty sure some of you aren't subscribed to Paint Minis Live, and to you, I say, how dare you? So go over there. It's you're just at Paint Minis Live on YouTube, right? Is
Yep.
that you?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
So yeah, I'm gonna type this in.
Just do.
Paint Minis Live, and there. Go there, you lot, subscribe to Paint Minis Live on YouTube. Let's get this artist, this genius, where he deserves to be on that front. So so you had reached out to me, like, it was the weirdest thing. I got to tell you guys. So Bill came to me. It's last year at this point. It's like just after GaryCon, I think, last year, or was it before then? Was it like 2022?
It was, yeah, like I think 22.
Yeah, it was 22. Thank you, Wheeling Dragon, for subscribing.
Yes, thank you very much.
Bill reaches out to me and he's like, because at the time I was kind of sitting around over here and you could see the shelf of shame much more clearly than you can now. That's one reason why I moved into the corner, so to hide my shame. And you reached out to me and you said, can I paint some miniatures of yours? And I put it up to a community vote. You guys remember the community vote that I did. And so it ended up being the Grenadier Red Dragon. The Grenadier, I think it's 5002 was their product code for the Red Dragon. And I don't even want to talk about the nightmare that USPS made getting that thing to you, but you did it. It's beautiful. It's sitting over on the shelf waiting for an adventuring party. And I told you, all you guys, I said, go check out Bill as he paints this. And then out of nowhere, this dude, this mensch, he reaches out to me and he says, well, I'd really like to thank you, Bill. Could I do something in thanks? I'm like, you are painting a piece of classic lead. Why are you thanking me? Why did you thank me, Bill? I don't
Well,
understand.
I mean, to be honest, like I just kind of wanted to get a start on, the YouTube, I guess hobby for what it is, and I wanted to share my painting skills with the world, and I think there's like a lot of positivity to be had in painting miniatures. And when you had offered this chance and the way that you wanted to publicize it and just make a whole big deal out of it, that was really huge for my channel. That was like, we got a ton of cross pollination from the Dungeon Delver, and it's all thanks to you guys in the chat. Coming over and supporting my work. I don't think I'd still be doing it on YouTube if it wasn't for the fact that there's a very loyal, very welcoming group of people that are now in my corner, and I wanted to thank you for it in the way that I know best, which is painting models and putting smiles on faces.
Well, I thank you so much. So you dipped into your wallet and you picked this up. I'm not going to be crass and ask what this cost. I'm aware, but we're not going to discuss that on the air. If it cost a penny, you've put hours and hours and hours of work into this, into the Red Dragon, and I can never thank you enough for these, dude. These two pieces are extraordinary. You have elevated them from a tabletop token, one of which might never be painted, the other of which I might never own, to two works of art that now grace my game room. And I can't thank you enough, Bill. You guys, I'm just going to tell you, Paint Minis Live is like the Zen chill stream. Like, put this guy on, listen to him, watch him paint. Have you gotten into actual instructionables with your videos, like do this and so on?
To be honest, I haven't, mainly because if you come on to Paint Minis Live and you're a new painter, I'll paint with you. Like, what you have at your disposal, I'll teach you all the tips and tricks that I use. Even with an airbrush, the airbrush is just, it adds expediency to the work. That's all it is. But I'll teach you anything you want to know when it comes to what you have at your fingertips. Because I've been there and I've done that as a painter. I've used everything from the bottom of the barrel, apple barrel paints, to some extremely expensive, Albert Lung super concentrate colors. So if you want to know something and just want to see some cool art, and you want to start painting models or just watch somebody painting models, come on over. I'd love to have you.
I'm not going to lie. I would love to get some time free and learn some airbrush. I've got an airbrush. I've got, it's the $50 Masters airbrush starter kit. I did my Gene Stealers up here, which of course nobody can see. I'm just pointing at a dark spot on the monitor. I did my Gene Stealers with them, and when I base coated with them a while ago, I should point out, like in 2020, 2021 maybe. I was like, this is like cheating. Why did nobody tell me how awesome this was? And I was bound and determined to do it again, and I haven't. So,
Well,
Sensei, please teach us. I think there are people out there hungry for your technique.
I use predominantly on the stream. I use this airbrush. It's a no-name airbrush from Spray Gunner. It's $40.
Okay.
All of it is premium Chinesium. I use this like 90% of the time. I use this bad boy, which is like when folds of the cost over upon itself. This Infinity airbrush, like 10%. So we're painting with what you got over here. So if you want to stop by and check us out and see if you're interested, I'd love to have you. Bill, if I could, I have kind of a major announcement, and I think this is just the right place to do it for PML.
Well, major announce us, please.
All right. So I just wanted to put it out there that after 4 months of negotiations and back and forth, Paint Minis Live will now be working with Monument Hobbies. And in the future, you'll be able to procure paints, brushes, and other supplies from Monument Hobbies direct through PML again in the future, with more details to be released as they come and at the right time.
That is fantastic, folks. And you heard it here first. PML has got a partnership with Monument Hobbies to distribute their stuff. That is amazing. Congratulations. You absolutely deserve it, Bill. And I feel like this knocks YouTube subs into a cocked hat, dude. You're actually rolling forward with a sponsorship. This is something that dudes that, like, when they break 50,000, they get their sponsors, right? And you're out there, like, you're on the ground floor, right? You've got the stud walls and the foundation up of what will eventually be, dare I say, a YouTube empire, and you've already got a sponsor in with you. I think that is just amazing. Congratulations, dude.
I appreciate it, Bill, and I think some further details that the chat might not, and they'll learn in good time. But I think you can kind of see where the wind is blowing with that. Not quite a
Yeah,
sponsorship, but we've got a business partnership working, and I'm waiting to get some more details from this. But they just sent me a couple hours ago the confirmation that they are indeed interested and will be working with Paint Minis Live.
that is fantastic, man. That is absolutely great news. I am so happy for you. I know as you say, you and I had talked a little bit about that, but it's good to hear it again in this context. Bob Jester's already throwing the Pink Floyd lyrics at you. Come in
I
here, dear
know.
boy, have a cigar. You're going to go far. Right on. But I think this is absolutely great. And again, guys, his YouTube channel is right there. Open a tab, click subscribe, and then come back to this tab and listen to the man himself. Remember this when Bill T is on a stage at Comic Con. Absolutely. When you're, uh, when Sam Lenz is opening for you. You know, when Sam Lenz is like, this guy's the real deal. That's don't forget us, Bill. Don't forget us.
Right, right. Well,
Um,
someday, one
absolutely.
one step at a time, right? Um,
Well, you absolutely deserve every bit of it. And I gotta say, from a miniatures terrain wargaming tabletop standpoint, your commitment to having a one-to-one piece of forest terrain behind you, that is commitment to the game. I absolutely, dude, that is some tabletop glory you've gone for there. Um, now, what is that? Is that the bent wire with flock? Because that must have taken like 50 or 60 jars of the miniature scenics flock. I'm thinking, right?
right. Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
so like I between the dragon and now we're painting up an entire Dungeons and Lasers NPCs and creatures box set. We just wrapped on Calvinoni's Abyssal Dwarves, and I have a couple of them still here out that I haven't packaged yet, but I'm working really hard on getting it packaged and getting them
Right on. Right on.
back to Cal. Um, Between all of those projects, and now we have this guy over here, this toddler, which is a warlord titan from Warhammer
Um,
40,000. You
wow.
know, I've been really busy and I haven't cleaned up the basement, but I'm gonna have to because Monument's gonna be sending paint racks in
Oh
here.
man. Oh man. So you're gonna
Um,
have all that stuff out behind you while you're streaming
yeah,
that.
right. I'm gonna have a cool not as cool as your backdrop, but I'm gonna have a cool backdrop.
This
Um,
this is hoarding excess. People are like, they say what you say. Oh, you have a cool backdrop. I'm out of space. I wouldn't have this stuff here if I had a lick of common sense. I wouldn't hoard this. I'd have this. This is the classic TTRPG stuff. But I mean, what is happening here?
well,
I
remember what one person calls hoarding, a gamer calls a collection.
yeah, I feel like the Siddhartha Buddha would even say, "Dude, you got too much stuff." You know, there's no hope for you. Your things absolutely own you. You failed, my son. So,
Well, I mean, just to kind of go back a little bit, I just want to say, I am kind of one of those people that I want to make sure that no matter where I go, I always want to remember where I came from. And the Dungeon Delver, RPG Grandma, Dungeon Minister, um, Tunka Todd, um, a lot of folks have come together. It takes a village for these things. I'm sure you know, Bill, but it takes a village for these things to work out. And um, I those channels were there at the very first stream supporting PML, and it means a lot. And I've shown my gratitude in different ways, but this one, I thought that why just have one dragon? You gotta give it a friend, right? So, but yeah, thank you again for kickstarting PML's YouTube journey.
Man, it's don't even put that on me, dude. You are a genuine talent, and you deserve every bit of success that you glean. If a couple of people from my stream went over there and subscribed to you, and it better be all of you people. If they did that, that's on your merits. If I thought you sucked, I wouldn't have sent people your way. I would have
Well,
said, yeah, he's nice, but no, you have legitimately got it, sir, and I, you know, thanks for being on the party bus with all of us. Okay.
oh yeah,
You know,
oh yeah,
we got to switch up drivers sometimes. You know, when you take that long stretch through the plains, somebody else has got to drive, and while everybody else drinks and plays Super Nintendo in the back. But we're all on this big bus together of social media, and I firmly believe that, you know, if RPG Grandma is doing a stream, she'll say, hey, subscribe to Paint Minis Live, subscribe to Dungeon Minister, subscribe to T-Shirt of Historian, subscribe to blah, 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 you know, all
right,
across the
yeah,
board.
yeah,
Because I'm going to do it, and you're going to do it because, dude, a rising tide lifts all boats.
right, right.
And
For me personally, PML is kind of a, not only is it a hobby, but I've also seen how Paint Minis Live can be used to really kind of bring so many different types of gamers and content creators, and just like your channel, bringing all these folks together that like would never have met before, and they come up with crazy ideas and just some of the coolest things that you wouldn't imagine. And that to me is like the true uh, the true thing that you get out of all this is just the camaraderie, and all of the positivity that comes with it, the cool ideas, the subscribing to Bill's channel and getting some modules and like a mini, like that's cool. Who would have thought that was gonna happen? But it is, and like that's the best part of all this. That's the best part of all this.
it really is, man. It really is. And I thank you again for hopping on tonight. I thank you for this incredible model. I got to find a place for him to live now because, like I said, I have a problem. But
The first
hey,
step is admitting it, right?
right. It's a great problem to have, and you know, I hope I have this problem for a long time, as long as it's getting used at the table. And Wheeling Dragon, absolutely right. Bill hit the nail on the head. Um, hey, be safe, Wheeling Dragon. I know you got to go. I've got to get out of here too, guys. I got to rest my voice a little bit before AD&D. Bill, your plane. You want to land us?
Sure thing. Well, thank you everybody for coming and watching me yak my gab for a couple of minutes, and this old grognar. Sorry, that way. This that other way. Yeah, there we go. This man, I directions. It's the blonde. Anywho, thanks for coming on and watching everybody. I sure do appreciate it. And I hope to see you all very soon. Back to you, Bill.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Bill. We're going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to call it an evening tonight. I got an AD&D game. I'm going to try and catch like an extra 20-minute nap or something like that between now and then. But again, everybody, thanks for being here tonight. Tomorrow night, let's play some first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Wheeling Dragon, would you please bring the Doritos, the sweet chili and the regular, because I don't know who likes what. And the rest of you guys, be good to each other, take care of each other, and beware, because I don't think Bill T has an owl bear miniature. Peace. Good night. Love you all. See you tomorrow.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.